All right, let's talk about something kind of weird in French pronunciation. You've probably learned that a lot of the time, you don't say the last letter of a word. But what about when you do say it for one of something, and then it just vanishes when there's more than one? Today, we're going to solve that little puzzle, and we're going to do it with the help of a massive Easter egg hunt. So picture this. We're in the gorgeous gardens of the Chateau de Vaux-le-Vicomte. 80 volunteers working their tails off to hide thousands upon thousands of eggs across this huge 33-hectare park. That is a serious operation. And the prize for all that hunting? Well, it's basically a chocolate jackpot. Over the weekend, a whole ton of chocolate gets handed out to the kids. But for us, the real treasure is in how we talk about all those eggs. And that right there is our big question, because the way you pronounce a single egg in French is totally different from how you'd pronounce a whole basket of them. And this, my friends, is where the fun really starts. So let's dive into this singular versus plural puzzle, and we'll focus on the curious case of the French word for egg, which is œuf. It's one of those classic French quirks that can really trip you up if you don't know the secret. Okay, check this out. For just one egg, we say un œuf. Did you hear that? Un œuf. That F sound at the end is there loud and proud. But when we have more than one, we say des œufs. Poof! The F is completely gone. It's a whole different sound. I love this way of remembering it. It's like when the word becomes plural, that final F sound just packs its bags and heads to the beach. It's there for one, but it's out of here for many. Now, you might be thinking this is just some weird one-off rule for the word egg, but nope. This little magic trick actually happens with a couple of other common words, so let's meet the rest of the family. You can see the pattern building here. We've got our egg, œuf, becoming The same thing happens with bœuf, which means ox or beef, and it also happens with os, which means bone. All three of them follow this same bizarre rule. This table lays it all out perfectly. For œuf and bœuf, that F sound is there in the singular, but it's totally silent in the plural. For os, the bone, it's the S sound you hear in un os that goes silent when you say
des os.
The key thing to remember is that final consonant sound just vanishes. Okay, let's head back to that giant egg hunt and put your new knowledge to the test. We're going to use a real sentence from a news report about the event. So here's the quote. It says, Les œufs sont en plastique pour l'instant, which means the eggs are made of plastic for now. That's because the kids actually hunt for plastic eggs first and then trade them in for the real chocolate ones. Pretty clever. All right, pop quiz time. Looking at that sentence and remembering our rule, should you hear the F sound in the word œufs? What do you think? You got it. Absolutely not. You don't hear the F sound because the sentence uses les œufs, the plural form. The F is still on vacation. But wait a second. Listen again to how we say des œufs. Where does that little Z sound come from? That brings us to another key concept in French, the liaison. This is when a normally silent consonant at the end of a word, like the S in day, kind of wakes up and connects to the next word if it starts with a vowel. So des plus œuf becomes des œufs. It's what makes French flow so smoothly. All right, you've seen the rule, you've seen how it works in the real world. Now it's time for you to practice and really make it stick. So let's just recap the big takeaways. When it's singular, like enough or on us, you say that final consonant. When it's plural, des œufs, that consonant goes silent. And don't forget that liaison. The S in des makes a Z sound to connect to the vowel. So here it is, your challenge. I want you to try it out loud. Right now, say, enough, des œufs. Feel that switch? It's honestly one of the most satisfying sounds to get right when you're speaking French. And that's our look at this super cool pronunciation rule. But it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If a simple little word like egg is holding a secret like this, what other French sound secrets are out there, just hiding in plain sight?
Listen carefully to this news report. Do you think children apply this pronunciation rule carefully?
Top départ pour la plus grande chasse aux œufs de France.
Attends, il faut chercher là-bas.
Des œufs jaunes, 3 œufs jaunes, vite.
Pour cadre, le parc de 33 hectares du Château de Vaux-le-Vicomte et des consignes presque clair.
On a combien de jaunes?
3.
Parfait, allez au top. On y va, c'est parti mon chat.
Il faut chercher dans l'herbe s'il y a des œufs jaunes. Et si c'est pas la bonne couleur, on se transforme en pigeon. Jaune.
Les œufs sont en plastique pour l'instant, mais les enfants pourront les échanger contre une récompense plus alléchante.
Hop là.
À la fin, il faudra se rendre où il y a la carte, là, pour aller récupérer le ballon peint. Pour avoir le chocolat.
Moi, je suis hyper contente. Franchement, je m'amuse peut-être plus que lui.
C'est le petit côté magique, quoi. En plus, il y a les énigmes, il y a les personnages. On est vraiment ancré dans le petit décor.
La journée avait pourtant mal commencé ce matin pour les bénévoles chargés de cacher les œufs.
Les aléas du matin, on ne sait pas où sont cachés les œufs.
Vous-même, vous êtes perdu.
Nous-mêmes, nous sommes perdus, absolument.
Un petit contretemps,
On a les œufs. On va pouvoir
heureusement vite résolu. Chaque année, 80 personnes préparent le week-end de Pâques, principalement des membres de l'association des Amis de Vaux-le-Vicomte.
Ça nous fait tellement plaisir. On travaille pas ici. Quand vous êtes ici, c'est du plaisir.
Ce week-end, 1 tonne de chocolat sera distribuée.
Ils sont pour qui les chocolats?
Que pour moi. Que moi.
On va partager? T'en donneras à maman?
Non.
L'an dernier, 10 000 visiteurs ont participé à la chasse aux œufs de Vaux-le-Vicomte.